My fellow illuminaries, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gabriel. I hope you're having a great day today. Today's video is about families and not getting the proper access to their children, apparently. There's been some news stories about this. You would like to know what's going on with your kid. My dad personally, when I was growing up, he told me whatever the teacher said, he would take their side, and my mom had the opposite reaction where she didn't touch teachers as far as she can throw them. So as you can see right now is an at odds point of view, right? So I'm already well aware that you know, but that is a product of both of their upbringings. One as a son of an administrator and one as a son of a worker. Being daughter of a worker. So you'll get different point of views. Even from one household sometimes, and I think that's good. I think grades were a very big thing in my household as well, and I think families should be involved with their kids' school life as much as they can be, because it's like, especially early, because I think it really helped me, especially with like the multiplication tables and stuff, when my family was more involved with my education, especially early on, because it helped me stay focused. Being at the table, not sitting there until you do the work. It helps, because especially if you're not really a self starter as a kid, which I don't know how many kids are, but there are probably some super genius out there. And if you're not a self starter, family is super important. So I think my grades dropped from what, B to D's, from the transition from elementary school to middle school, just because it was less involvement from my family. They wanted me to stand on my own, but when it comes to school, I always feel like it really helps when it's a group effort, because it's tough to stand on your own constantly with new things, because the way our school was set up, it was like bop, 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 with the classes, like 8 of them. I think it was like 8 of them one day or something crazy. And when you do that, it overloads new experiences, because you're learning history, science. Oh, by the way, you got homework for most of these classes. Science. I guess you got to run for a little bit. I mean, this stuff doesn't happen in a everyday work day. Like you're not doing all that. You know, it's you're usually focusing on one task, maybe multiple, but of the same genre in the same field. Not science and history all in one day, all rolled up into one. That really helps when your family comes from like a background of specifics. Like if your dad is a doctor, or your mom is a mathematician, or an astronaut, or just a background of you can lean back on a little bit. Family store. I think a family store helps a little bit. Yeah, family businesses. I think these help in school, because it's not really on the school for you to have an enriched life, even though they're trying to do that. They're trying to make kids have like an enriched, diverse life in the schools, especially mine's when I grew up. So it's like, it was a little weird, because I think I didn't never saw school as something super important. And even when I got out, it just seemed like it gave me the thought that college is just a high risk gamble. because you don't even know what you're going there for a lot of the time. These people do. And the people who do have an extreme leg up on you because they know what they're there for. And they have so much free time that's when they get into trouble. And you see that, and you just see the trouble they get up to, and don't see the fact that they've been groomed like a good part of their life to handle, life. They handle the grades, they handle all that stuff. So they have time to kill half of their brain cells in one night. I think being able to have a family to tell you like, no, you don't have that ability, brother. It helps. You're not, we didn't put you in that position, which is funny. It's kind of like the self-fulfilling thing, because if they did help you with those positions, they will, but they only can pass down traits. Your family can only pass down traits that they have. Some of y'all want your family to materialize traits that they just simply don't have. And you have to develop. And shoot, I mean, one day you might have to teach them. Because, I mean, we all hold people in such a high regard. You gotta really look at yourself and say, what, I'm developing skills that at a more accelerated rate, because I know what to properly do with my time, because I have a phone that can tell me how to spend my time. And if that doesn't work, I can just adjust, and I can keep adjusting over and over again, ad nauseum, until you find your groove. It's not just you get fit into this program and it clicks right away. It don't. You know how many times people tell me they're allergic to stuff and they just keep eating it? Why? Well, because they like it, and there's no structure, there's no discipline. And yeah, that does start with family. And yeah, some people have been dealt a raw hand with their family. But you know what? You might start a family one day. You might have that little kid right there. And that kid is going to be doing the same thing you're doing to your parents. Looking at you. Judging you. Your relationships with the people around you. I think you should focus on just pass down the traits you learn to them. And if you think you're such a foul of a man, so bad of a person that you can't pass down traits, why did you have kids? Because I think you want to do better. That's just me. That's my explanation. I think we all want to, deep down, no matter how foul we are, how terrible we are, we want to do better. But your parents are not around. The world tragically took them. You are not around. I know in the good book they said the sins of the father are passed down. Well, in real life, how does that manifest? Well, all the traits that you did not get passed down to, you don't pass down those traits. And then it's just a cycle over and over again. You might get taken out the picture, might be sent in a jail cell. There's a lot of people in jail, in and out, stuck in that continuity. I don't even know what you call that. That system, yeah, of going to jail consistently. Personally, that's not right. But it's just the way it is for now. Here's how we can kind of combat that. Stay with your family. Talk about the changes they're going through. If they feel like there's something, give them real, good information and consistency. And see if they still feel the same. I wouldn't be like nudging them towards one lifestyle or another. Because, some of that stuff you're kind of locked in with. And I don't think kids should make any decision that they can stay locked, basically get them locked in towards that lifestyle. Drugs. That's why they have an age gap. Like your mind is changing. I know, like at the time, like a kid's mind is like they think they got it all figured out, but your mind just keeps evolving and changing. It's actually cool what happens. You just keeps getting better and better. I just don't think kids should be in with gotcha games or gang mentality. I just don't think that's like the right way for kids to go, because it locks you into a way of life that if you're loyal, let's say you have the loyalty trait. If you're loyal to your destruction. For real. Like, sometimes you gotta catch it early and be like, man, if this kid is super loyal, you probably want him to be loyal to himself, his family. I mean, not even family if his family's messing up. If your family messing up, do you stick with them? If they do you wrong, do you stick with them? These are questions that kids shouldn't really be asked, but they have to answer in today's day and age. If your dad was involved in illegal activity, do you join the family business? That is not a fair decision. But it's one that has to be made at a very young age for a lot of these kids. And you're locked in for a while, until they're done with you, and what you got left? Just regret. You were the number one this. It doesn't look too good on a resume. You want to start a family, you got bad credit. Because no one passed these traits down to you. So, yeah, I think it does start with family. And the wisdom that a kid needs in this day and age, they will have no choice but to turn to AI or family. That's up to humanity.